Good afternoon, good evening. How's everybody doing? I know I saw Gray's in here. Hi, Logan. Um, Bobby, time to get going. Jake's here. Tommy J. I think that's it. Not too many people. But that's okay. I wasn't planning on doing a live stream anyway. And now I got a fly that's going to drive me nuts for the next hour. But anyway, hey, Raymond, how you doing? Glad you could make it. Uh, we're not leaving. She went to the green market, so we're not leaving for Ubon until 10 o'clock my time. So I figured I could do an easy hour or maybe an hour and a half, depending on how things go. So, uh oh,
checks to be approved.
what happened? What
EIDL
happened?
loan increases, shortage.
I definitely hit the wrong button. Hopefully, I'm back. Am I back? Hey, Chris. I don't know if I'm back or not. Somebody let me know if I'm back. I think I am. Yeah, I can see it down here on my phone. Sorry about that. I tried to end the notifications that I was getting, and obviously it didn't do what I wanted it to. So anyway, I'm here. Chris, I'm glad you could make it. I haven't seen you in a while. Et, how you doing? So what I was saying was, we're going to Ubon, but she wanted to go to the green market and get some stuff. Her, the kids, and my mother-in-law went this morning, and she said we'll leave about 10. So I'll be done before then. So I have plenty of time to do the live stream, so why not? And then I'll be able to do the hey, Alaska John, how you doing? Yeah, I'm back. Um, a little novice. I don't know. I did it the other day. I canceled notifications on not my Chrome, but the other one, Safari or whatever it was, by right clicking on it when it came up the notification and it said, shut off notifications. And I tried it just now, and it brought me to another screen, and I guess I hit the wrong flipping button. But anyways, I'm back. So yeah, so they're at the green market, and then I'll get back in plenty of time. I'm going to bring the drone and get some overhead shots of the temple where the grandmother and grandfather are now, and the property. So I've got a good view for myself too. I'll probably do a short or something. I don't think I'm going to do a whole full blown video on it. I don't think there's any reason to, not yet anyway. If we get a little bit further, we did look at some sizes of houses and where they would fit on the land and that kind of stuff last night, but it's going to be a while. It'll be next year. What I'm thinking about, like I had mentioned before, is you should raise the land before you build on it at least a year to let it compact on its own, I guess. But we might do that so that a year from now it'll be ready to go. So we'll see. But there's a lot of other stuff, electricity brought to the property, drilling a well, all that stuff's needed if we're going to set up something for that tilapia in that pond. I know I got a bunch of comments and suggestions on what kind of tilapia and that kind of stuff, and thank you very much to everybody that voiced their deal. That's what it's all about. So hey Tom, how you doing? And Chris is here. Chris, is the sound okay? Let me know. Chris is my authority. Although Brock's really good too. I'm not that good with anything tech, but so that's the plan for today. Like I said, I got to get the metal when I get back for the cover for where the clothes and the washing machine are going to go, and then after that I'll make the determination on when we're going to start the plunge pool and pond. I think I'm going to do a trip, possibly with Mitch. I don't know yet. 4 or 5 days, something or other, in the new electric hot rod. That's probably going to happen. I just don't know when or where we're going to go. Doesn't really matter. I don't care. So I'll let Mitch has been all over the place. I haven't been anywhere. He's been traveling with everybody for, I want to say, damn near a month, 3 weeks anyway. I think he would know better. He might pop in here. I don't know what their plans are today. We'll see. Uh, what did Tom say? He'd have a year's break. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what's going to happen. You probably maybe know better than me, Tom. What do you think's going to happen with Chinese steel and stuff like that? Because that's a big part of the building here. If you're not, building a termite shrine, which I really love. I mean, if I could build something, I'd rather build one of those, one of the Thai style wooden houses. They're absolutely gorgeous, but they just get destroyed by the termites. Even I don't know. Even this house is protected and it's concrete. I've got those sprayers underneath the house that they come every I think 3 or 4 months and spray for bugs. Period, but mainly for termites. So when you're building something like what we built here, it's a lot of steel, man, and a lot of concrete. But China steel, I know, went through the roof, doubled, I think. But I don't know if it'll, maybe, like I said, Tom might know better on that than me. You've been watching, what are you watching, football? Been watching, what's the trade, right, I think? NFL trade? I'm horrible. Sorry, guys, I haven't followed any football or NFL stuff since I came here. I didn't set up very good with water or coffee or anything either. Let's see T saying here. Dave, take it easy. Yeah, exactly. No, I don't really have a big hurry, except that I'm old and I could drop dead at any minute. But other than that, I don't really have a rush. We talked about it. Like I said, I'm still very interested. I got to get back to the States, and I've got some stuff there that I'd like to take care of. I want to see my mom. I want to see my family. I want to see my friends. So I talked to my wife about it. She'd rather me just go and get everything done and hit the ground running without having to show her everything the first time in 2.5 years since I've been back there. So I think the first time I'm going to go for 3 weeks and probably just by myself and get everything done and go visit my friends and all that crud. Then the next time we'll set up for her to come. She wants to come, obviously. But. And Brock's here. Morning, Brock. What is he saying? Morning, all. Just starting to wake up. Cool. Let's see what Tom's saying. Commodity building prices will stay high until the end of the year. Yeah, so I don't know exactly what I'm going to do. I might do everything but build. Like I said, I've got to raise the land. I've got to bring power there. I've got to punch a hole for a well. There's a lot of stuff on the pond that I can do that isn't going to really take that much money, more time and sitting there and that kind of stuff. So that I can do. So we'll see what happens, but that's probably my plan. I'd probably do a couple of little things there, and then after the first of the year, start building. And it's going to be, I think Tom's saying here, please support Gordon Trickles. Yeah, he got a long time ago though, I think, right? He's been back. I don't think he's up to 1,000 subs yet though, but he was way up there. I mean, he had a lot of followers, and I watched a couple of them, and he seemed like a decent guy, which most people are that they attack. Maybe they've got getting too much attention. Maybe they got more super chats than a troll or something. But the guy seemed like a nice guy. So by all means, if Tom's putting him up there, I'm gonna have to agree with that. And I think he did, but I think he was way up there. And Mitch would know, because Mitch turned me onto his channel after the fact, right when he got back into building it again. I think he only had, when I started watching him, maybe 100 to 150 subs or something. It's got to be devastating if he's had, and I think I want to say he had like 20 or more, maybe even more, and they took down all his content and all his subs. Everything was gone. But yeah, it's kind of tough. They can pretty much, if they get enough people, I guess they can do whatever they want to if they want to try to ruin your. Yeah, no, that's what they're. I don't know. I don't want to go down that road. But yeah, here's Ron here saying, Yes, had a great channel. Joan gifted sometime. Yeah, everything that I saw around me was but that's the way most of them are. I mean, I haven't really seen or heard, a troll going after a real nasty bastard. Sometimes they go against each other, which is awesome. Hey, go at each other's throats. But they mostly, I don't know, jealousy. I don't know. I don't have a clue. Like I said, we could probably talk about that for hours, but I don't really want to do that. But I don't. I still don't understand why. I don't understand why. A lot of the ones that have come after me, I've not done anything to, and they just came after me. I think because somebody else had said this guy's, doing whatever, starting stuff. But that's just the way it goes. But I heard that this Gordon Trickle, if you guys want to at least check him out and subscribe, I think he's one of the good guys. Um, let's see what's Jake saying. Oh, and also I know that. Hey, Douglas, how you doing? Glad you could come by. Good morning. Um, Mitch is like this far away from a thousand subs. So if you can share his stuff or whatever, he just put out I want to say it was his first full length video. It was like 17 minutes. And if you can share it or whatever, I'm imagining that most of the people that are watching this are already subscribed to him. But if you're not, somebody put up Mitch's link, and you'll get him to 1,000, and then he can go crazy. Good guy. Everybody knows him here. So let's see. Hey Jake, Corey now. Everybody's saying hi, 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 and I think like I said, I wasn't really planning on doing anything this morning. So, if anybody's got any questions, or I'll put the link in for everybody. Uh, Let me put it here, get it down here. Anybody that wants to come in, more than welcome to. Mitch I don't know what Brock's saying. There's a link if anybody wants to come on. Yeah, he is, isn't he? He's a good guy, man. One of the first people I met on, besides Bobby, but actually meet in person. I think Mitch was the first one. We were talking every day for 2 or 3, 4, 5 months before he came to Thailand and Seattle. Hey Brock, what's up? How are you?
Morning, ladies and gentlemen. I thought you were starting to ramble, so I popped in.
Yeah, I'm gonna hear what Bobby's saying. He's got 918. Yeah, he's close, man. So if you can just share it on Facebook or something, maybe he'll pick up some. I'm guilty. I need to do that too. But and Bobby, because Bobby's right here right now, I'm gonna go up and make sure that I'm live. Let's see. Yes, I'm live.
Yes, you're
So I'm in good
live.
shape. Just kidding with Bobby. You had to watch
Well,
it.
you've
If
got
you
to
got
wait 20 minutes.
Yeah, if you aren't subscribed to Bobby's channel, please do. Time to get going. And he's doing live streams. I believe you're going to do them every Friday, right, Bobby? Every Friday at 7 p.m. Thai time, 5 a.m. on the West Coast, 8 a.m. on the East Coast, and I think like 8 p.m. in Australia or something like that. So anyway, if you're not, please subscribe. Bobby's a good guy. He's another one of the good ones. Um, yes, he says. Cool.
Morning, Aussie in
Uh,
Asia, otherwise known as Paul X or
Paul.
Xanderman.
Yeah, and if you're not subscribed to that, please subscribe. He's just getting going. He has very few. 50, 60, I don't know. But help him out. Paul's a good guy. Bobby lives. Bobby's lives are always fun. Logan
Morning,
said they
Long
were.
John.
We had a good time on there. It was actually fun. I had a great time. I think we had a great time that no one got to see for the first 20 minutes. To tell you the truth, I don't even remember what we were discussing in that 20 minutes. Everybody else probably does that at least heard us. You guys heard us, right, Bach? You just couldn't see anything.
No,
Um,
we couldn't see or hear anything of what was going on.
oh, okay. So all you did Oh, you could see what was in the chat.
Yeah, that's it.
Okay, Baldy just put something up. I'm not gonna right click on it this time and go away. But yeah, so that's the plan. Uban will be back, and then I'll be Monday is some kind of a holiday. My wife's calling it Big Buddha Day, and then there's another holiday on Wednesday. So she only actually has to work on Tuesday. So we're gonna come back. We'll go leave today. We'll come back tomorrow on Monday. Then she'll work Tuesday, and then we got Wednesday off. And then I'll probably schedule something and get together with Mitch because I think he'll be back in Pattaya by the third or fourth, or maybe before. And that should be fun. And I don't know, 4 or 5 days, something or other. Like I said, I've got the electric hot rod, so I'll go pick him up or meet him somewhere or something, and we'll take off and go somewhere. I mean, we can both drive, so it's not like we're limited. And I don't know. I never did. I got to ask him, or maybe Brock knows, or maybe somebody else knows. What is the how many liters to the kilometer do the Fortunas get? I think they're 6-cylinder diesels. I think. I'm just curious because mine's a 3-cylinder gas, and we got the what turned out to about 40 miles to the gallon, 17.3, uh, 17. No,
Yeah.
I don't
I
know.
don't know about the Fortuna. My BT50 in Thailand, which is a 2.2 litre engine, is getting about 10 kilometres a litre. And my BT50 here, which is a 3.2 litre, is getting about 8.
Oh, okay. Because mine got 17 point. I think it was 17.2. I'll have to look again. So, but
That's
I don't
good.
know. Supposedly they lifted the moratorium on on diesel today. So, kind of curious to see what diesel's going to jump up to. I know that we paid 40. I think I paid 40 for right at 40, 41 or something like that for 95. Was it 91 or 90? I can't remember. Anyway, we paid like 40 baht, about 10 baht more than usual. Usual's right around 30 for 95, 31, something like that. Anyway, so we'll see if that's going to go up any now that they release the diesel. Don't know. I heard that they released most restrictions on coming to Thailand. I think you have to get a Thailand pass just to verify that you've been vaccinated, and you can come on in. As far as I know, check of course with the government or
Yeah,
whatever.
that's
And
what
then
I saw.
yeah, and I think what and Brock's probably more interested is that I think they're saying June 1st they're going to cut everything out, or July 1st everything's going to go away. Just come on
Yeah,
down. Well, as long as you're vaccinated, I think that's going
the
to be the.
they keep saying yes, we're going to get rid of Thai Pass. No, Thai Pass isn't going to go. So
Yeah, I think they have to have something that's going to verify whether you've been jabbed or not. I mean, they have to have something, and I'm imagining they already have that Thailand pass in place. They just got to change the parameters to use it at that. I don't know. Let's see. ET's saying from 30 to 35. Because the moratorium, I think, on the diesel was 30. So if it only goes up 5 baht, I mean, it's a lot, especially for somebody that doesn't have any money or that's on a fixed income or whatever. Uh, but it's not bad in my eyes. Could be worse, I guess. Because, like I said, the gas went from 30 to 40. So it went up 10. So I
you
think, let's see what it's saying. Ron saying, I think if you have not been vaxxed, you just need a yeah, but I think you got to. I think you have to do if you haven't been vaxxed. I think you got to do a 5-day quarantine also, Ron. I think, of course, check. You got to get that PCR plus you have to do a 5-day in a approved hotel or whatever. So it's good. Hey, Black Sheep, how you doing? Glad you could make it. Um, it all depends. Like I said, I just watched one of James's Chocolate Man in Thailand's latest or video that he put out. I think it was the one with Kev's. No, was it the one with Kev's or death deal celebration or whatever? Um, and Mitch getting some certificate. Anyway, he had gotten his third deal, and he's basically on the same page as me. I mean, I want to travel. So I feel I don't have a choice, and I'm going to do whatever I got to do to be able to travel around easily, to travel around not only Thailand but every place that I want to go. And I believe to do that, you're going to need to be fully vaxxed. And I got nothing against. If you didn't have to do it, I wouldn't do it. There's not a doubt in my mind there either. If why, I wouldn't do it. But the to be able to everything that I see and everything that's going the way it is now, can you still travel around? Sure, but you're going to need to do get these PCR tests, do these 5, 7, 10-day quarantines and stuff like that. And I don't blame the countries for that because they feel more secure if you've been vaccinated. To me, I still don't see the logic in it. If you're vaccinated, you can still get it. You can still transmit it to other people. So it doesn't make sense to me, but
I know it.
I don't know anything. Hey, Downlow. I keep on want to say it down, but I know it's Downlow. Um, but yeah, so I don't know. It's not logical, or it doesn't make sense to me because you can still get it. And like I said, I don't know. I got the polio vaccine when I was a kid so that I did not get polio. So in my mind, I know the dictionaries are going to put out something else, but a vaccination in my mind is vaccinating me against getting whatever they're vaccinating me for. But that's just me, and we could go round and round on that.
In
I
this
need
case,
to do
being
it.
vaccinated reduces the
Right.
severity of the bug. So
But
you'll
doesn't
you'll
keep
get
you
a
from getting
sniffle
it.
and a cold, and that's
Right.
it.
And
Otherwise, you could wind
if
up in
that's the
hospital. Too.
case, yeah, if that's the case, I would suggest anybody to probably, they it's up to you. I want to travel. I want the least amount of resistance. I don't want to go to a hotel and them say, "Oh, let me see your card, let me see your passport, your vax passport," and I don't have it, and I haven't been, and well, we're going to give you a PCR test. Well, what can I take this to? I don't want to deal with any of that. I just want to go there, show them what they want to see, and go in and move on. And the same thing, getting on a plane, getting into another country, everything I want to be. And like I said, if a third ear grows out of my forehead, I'll have it removed and go on with my life. Hey Daniel, how you doing? Yeah, like I said, do I think that that everything that I've seen since I was a kid, we have a new popsicle out, but it's going to take 10 years for us to put it through all the strokes to make sure it's safe for you to suck on that popsicle. And yet they've got something they want to inject into me, and that'll be ready in 3 to 6 months. So does it make me a little leery? Sure it does. I mean, anybody would be, But like I said, in the mindset of I need to do this if I want to travel freely, then I'm going to do it, and that's where I'm at. My wife had. I see you, Jake. Give me 1 minute. My wife had the virus. Was like a cold for a week. Yeah, and that's the way everybody that I know that has gotten any kind of variant of this Omicron or whatever, however you pronounce it, same thing. Mild flu cases, cold, similar to a cold. Again, my youngest just got the Moderna, like I got, that kicked my butt for a week, and kind of doing it to her too. Excuse me, not quite as bad, maybe because she's younger. She's only 16. But her arm is killing her. She's going to go with us. The other two are going to stay here and watch the house. And this time my mother and father-in-law will be going with us. But traveling, if you're going to travel, I just think you have to. Yeah, I agree. traveling next year, first port, Japan. Yeah, and I don't know. I haven't really checked about 3 months he's supposed to do. Yeah, I haven't really checked into. I want to hit all the local ones. I got to get the passport out, which I'm hopefully going to do when I get back. Black Sheep's going to bust my stones. Anyway, when I get back from, which is good. I appreciate it. Don't stop. Um, but the close ones, I'm talking like Laos, Cambodia, Bali. Everything right around me that I can get to with just a little hop in a plane. I'm sure that it's going to be 10 times easier with my. I got 3, and they're all in my passport. The passport's pretty simple to get. I had mine. You can have just the piece of paper, but I would suggest if you're getting that in Thailand to go to the government hospital in your area and ask somebody. They'll direct you to a window where you can take it, and I think you pay. It isn't much, 100 baht, 200 baht or something. I can't remember, $3 or $5, and then in 10 days or so, 7 or 10 days, they give you an actual stamped from Thailand, vaccination passport. And I kept both because, again, like I said, I want to be. I don't want any problems, and I know that's why James does it. He's the most easygoing guy that I've met. He just here to have a good time, which is the way it should be. We're, at least in our case, in my case, his case, and most of the people, they're retired, except for Jake. I heard he's going back to work. He's decided he's had it with the. He doesn't like the retired life. The blood pressure's way too low. He can't stand it.
It's too low.
How you doing, brother?
So I'm doing good. So what my research, and of course everybody should do their own and consult the websites. What the tourism and sports minister has recommended, has not been decided upon, is to scrap Thailand Pass as of 1 June and go back to just the entry form. But on the entry form, you'll have to attest to and perhaps show proof of vaccination. But for those of us that we don't do vaccination passports here in the United States. A photo or the actual paper copy should suffice.
And
That's
from
what
all
I'm hearing.
those, yeah, from all those straight up people that I know that live in the United States, none of those will be fake. They will probably all be real. But
They actually cracked
be
down on
interesting.
that about a year and a half
Did they?
ago, Dave. There were a lot of that. There was a lot of that happening. Like, I don't know.
It's
Etsy
amazing. They're
or
very
eBay,
trusting.
People selling that shit online.
Yeah, they're very trusting here in Thailand, at least that I've noticed. They just a picture, of the test sitting on a table. That's what my wife had to do. She went to a meeting, and before she got in the meeting, she did the test, and then had to take a picture of it and then send it to the people, whoever were watching it for the
Meeting
for the
coordinator.
for the for TOT, and then they test it again when they come back, and of course they've always been negative. But her boss, her husband's, tested positive, and she ended up just staying at home for 7 days, I think, with him and working from there, and her and my wife kind of work arm in arm. Great people, both of them. Her husband works in the government center, and he's helped me out when my wife was gone, when I was trying to get my renewal for my retirement visa. He came down in the building and talked to him in Thai, and said to kind of smooth some stuff over, and I went and got what they wanted me to get. He told me what. They're just good people. Everybody that I've met here through my Thai family, through YouTube and this particular channel, have been good people. And like I said, the biggest thing with me and what I'm considering trying to change my life around, and not only just from being not a good person, but being, I don't know, realizing things that I've done in the past that probably weren't right, and how I want to change them and all that, is the biggest thing is surrounding me with the people that I want to surround me with, the good people. And it makes a big difference in me as a person and everything. Like I said, I'm having a ball here. I mean, we've got, I don't know, 1,600 and something subscribers. I'm fine. I was fine at 1,000. I was actually fine at 100. I didn't think I'd find 100 people on this planet that would want to sit here and listen to me ramble. But as I found out, there was. And until, like I said, I always say, until it's not fun anymore, I'll be doing it. Hey TNW, hey Tim, how you doing? That's who I went on Bobby's show with, and we talked about building. He's about, I'm guessing, halfway through, Tim. Maybe a little bit more than 50%. His house, a single story, about the same square meters, and it was fun. It was a good time. If you guys missed it, it was a good time. Made her get, yeah, my wife's daughter's new employer made her get jabbed. A couple of, yeah, I don't know. You know, the government. I don't think my wife had a choice. And in the beginning, she got the 2 China ones because those were the only ones available to the people right out of the gate. And then they found out they were useless. Hey Gary, hey David, and then she went back in and got it. I don't think she had a choice. I think she had to. I think she had to get vaccinated too, and I think that's the way it was in the U.S. Right, Jake? If you were a government employee or something like that,
it was President Biden put out an executive order that basically, if you weren't vaccinated, you were going to lose your job. You know,
right. I know that a lot of my family are anti-vaxxers. My daughter being one of them, but a lot of them are nurses, and they had to end up doing it or not working. One of the two. I mean, and can I blame the hospitals? Not really. I mean, they're dealing with a bunch of people. They're giving them the option. Hey, we want you to work, but this is what we need so that we don't, have to spend $10 billion on lawsuits because they came in and you gave them COVID, or that you weren't vaccinated, because as we were just talking, anybody can transmit it, and that don't make sense either. But anyway,
well, the CDC here in the U.S. changed their definition of what a vaccination is.
Oh,
last
did they?
year. Yeah.
Oh,
so
okay.
It used to be it would prevent, and then it was protect, and then it was like mitigate. So they keep ratcheting it down. I mean, I had COVID. I had it in August. I had what I think was the Delta variant when that thing was screaming around through the southeastern United States.
Right.
I never had a fever. I had a little bit of a cough down here in my chest.
Right.
My wife had a fever for about 2 hours, a minor fever, and her cough was more in her throat.
And you guys had both been vaccinated with 2 shots.
Yeah, we'd had
of
the Pfizer
right?
double shot. So
hey, Robert Mack, how you doing?
For me, it wasn't just a decision about. I don't like the government telling me what to do, but when I listen to look at the science,
Right.
I had high blood pressure. I needed to lose some weight. My mother's over 80, so all the things there said, hey Jake, you should probably go get this thing, just as a preventative measure. And there's not there's not scientific evidence to show. But I think that I know of, but I'm not a scientist. But I think my own opinion is the fact that I was vaccinated lessened the effects of those symptoms on me, because
That's what I've heard.
People
I
who were
haven't seen
in better
anything
shape
either.
than me, wound up in hospitals for like a long time without it. So I mean, do I think I need a booster? I'm not going to get one without taking my antibodies test again. If my antibodies went to 0 because they were off scale high in this fall, but if they went to 0 or close to 0, yeah, I'd go ahead and get a booster. I'd probably be foolish not to.
And ET's got a good. This is the question that I kind of have I haven't.
Yeah.
I'm retired. I should have plenty of time to check it out, but everybody's making this big deal. It's so tough to get into Thailand, and you can't do this. And I never checked it out, but I think Vietnam just closed everything down and said goodbye, see ya. No sandbox, no 10-day, 7-day, 5-day, no nothing. And I never checked in the other. Yeah, and the other countries, and it's like, why is everybody picking on that I saw picking on Thailand? Because, but it never affected me, so I didn't really go and dig into it. But I know that because of Robert, I think he had a 5-year visa because he's married to a Vietnamese lady. In case you don't know, and he couldn't get in, and he had a
Yeah.
5-year visa. So it's like, and in Thailand, I mean, as soon as they tried to, I look back on Thailand now, and they tried to do everything bending over backwards for these sandboxes and getting some people into Thailand. And as far as I'm concerned, I think they did a hell of a job. I think they
The
did a great job.
I think
Um,
the problem with the sandbox or Thailand's efforts were they didn't come down and say, like Vietnam said, we're shut, or you come in and you do this. Thailand kept every 5 days changing what was required. It took you 2 weeks to get the paperwork in to get permission to come, but by the time you'd done that, you had to do it again because what you'd applied for wasn't a game of soccer, it was a game of rugby. And by the time you got off the aeroplane, it turned into a gridiron match where you played it with baseball bats.
well, I
The
think
rules
even
kept changing.
in your case, it was 10 times worse because Australia was basically saying no one's going nowhere. You're not
That's
leaving.
it.
You're not doing everything. Because I remember Mark had to do
Yeah.
backflips and promise he wasn't going to come until everything was open, and I'm not coming back, and blah blah blah. He had to jump through 2 months worth of crud just to be able to leave Australia, let alone come to Thailand. But I know when
That's
Mitch
right.
came, and I just saw Mitch was in here. Hey Mitch, what's up? Good morning. Um, you know that he ended up staying I think 2 or 3 weeks longer than the 10 days or whatever the
Oh, yeah, but
sandbach
that
was.
was through
He had a
choice.
good time. Yeah, yeah. I'm saying he just ended up running because a lot of people were saying when I was advocating going to Phuket and how I had been there and I was there for 8 months and still hadn't seen every beach and everything that I wanted to see. I didn't go out every day, of course, and because people were saying, "Oh, we don't really like Phuket. What's so great about Phuket?" Well, there's a lot of stuff to see there, and if you're just coming in, I thought it was a good option. Now we got the test and go, and that's pretty much gone. And I think within the next month or so, you're going to be able to I think Jake
Turn
is
up at
right.
the
Of
gate.
course, check it with everybody, but I think it's going to be just like you're coming in. What do they call that? Visa on the
It's a visa
Visa
on
exempt.
arrival. It's a
on
stamp and
arrival, right?
go type of
But
thing
you're just
with
going
an
to have to
arrival
show
card.
them that you have been vaccinated in some shape, and I'm sure that they'll make that perfectly clear. Well, if that's the case and you're vaccinated, Thailand's wide open. I know that there's going to be another instance where, if not, then you're going to have to stay there. You're going to have to show some kind of a test, and going to have to quarantine for 5 days somewhere. I don't know that for sure
James
either.
had a great idea on one of his latest videos that I watched. Is don't be sure you take a picture of your Vax card if you're like me
Sure,
and there's not such
that
a
was the
thing as
same
a
one I watched.
vaccination passport.
The same one I watched.
Take a picture of it, save it on your phone, but also save it to Google Docs or whatever the Apple version of that is, so that you can pull it down from the cloud
Sure.
if for some reason you accidentally delete the file and somebody says, "Hey, we need to see that."
Yeah, there's a
You
lot
don't
of
want
stuff
you don't
on
want to wind
travel.
up in COVID prison if it can be
And
avoided.
we went all the way from last
There you go,
weekend. There you
Brock.
go. Brock has it.
You can't you
We
can't
went all
see
the
mine
way
on
to
screen.
Ubon. Uh, what was it, last week or week and a half ago? Whatever it was, 2 weeks ago. Uh, Never hit one. Nothing. We stayed in a little hotel. Sure, it's in a little area where her family is, but they never asked us for any kind of vaccination certificate or anything like that, and we never got stopped. Not even for registration check or, a lot of them are just registration checks, or if you're close to Cambodia or you're
Right.
close to there, they want to make sure who's in the car and they just want a quick peek and they'll just slow you down. We get none of those. And I'll let you know what happens when we blow out of here at 10 o'clock if we hit anything on the way there or on the way back tomorrow. But I don't think so. They're not. And Mitch can probably. They've been all over the place. How many? Mitch, are you still there? How many places did you guys actually get stopped and checked? I'd be interested to know that, and I'm going to say very few. And I think they've been on the road. What is it? Mitch and Dow, Chuck and Paige, Gift and Joe, and James and Fa. So, I don't think they have. I'd be curious to know, and I'm sure a lot of people would want to know, but I don't think.
In the cumulative 2+ years I spent in the Philippines, there were a lot of checkpoints there simply because of the terrorism and the communist terrorists that were there. And I'll tell you, every time you rolled up to a checkpoint and they saw this pasty white face, man, it was just wave it on through, because
Yeah, that's what it was.
they knew you were one of the good guys.
Yeah, and that's why I drive when we're going. She wants me to drive. Plus, my wife is a typical, or I shouldn't say typical. That's horrible. My wife doesn't have a driver's license, and many people have come back to me and go, a lot of women in Thailand don't have driver's license. I don't know if that's true or not. Some people can weigh
It
in
is,
on
but
that.
she should probably get one, Dave, to protect
I
you.
know. Well, I've got to go and get it. I don't have one. I still got my California driver's license.
But
Because
with your
when I went-
California driver's license and your visa and your passport, you can get, as long as your California one is still valid.
Yeah, I redid it. I had
Yeah,
to
you
send it in
don't,
because when
need
I
to
went
get an international
when I went in
one.
when I went into Surin, they basically told me, and this was probably 8-9 months ago. They said, we're not giving out any driver's license to any Thai people, to any foreigners, to nobody. We're shut down until after all this is over. They're open again now, so I'm going to go in and get it. And from what I heard, if I've got my motorcycle endorsed California driver's license, it's a no-brainer, a little eye test and I think a press on the brake thing or something, and they give me both of them.
Well, that eye test might be a challenge, but we'll move on from that.
Yeah, but I think it's peripheral, is what I think it is. But I don't know. I haven't done that. Let's see. Mitch answered this. One time going into a national park, stopped roadside checkpoints. They wave us through on the Lao border and looking for illegals. Yeah, the same way it is here. And like I said, it's actually even, if I had to use what I have experienced here in Surin, there are less checkpoints leaving Surin right now than there were before. We went to Ubon maybe 2 times before, or 1 time before the virus, and she got stopped and got a whatever it was $500 or 500 baht fine for not having a driver's license. I haven't. We've been 2 or 3 times now during this, and that checkpoint's not there. So either they're using the police force for something else or whatever. But like I said, Surin is like a whole different animal. I mean, we're, it always has been, even in the middle of it, it was like 50 or 60%. Now going around, you wouldn't, pretty much 80-90% of the stuff's open. People are around, and Surin, and I've said it before, doesn't depend on tourism. So they depend on the foreigners that are living here and the Thai people themselves. So they're pretty much back to normal. We didn't get hit as hard as places like Pattaya, any place that was a tourist place. So it's been nice. But I'll let you know that when we went 2 weeks ago, we hit nothing. I don't know, maybe I got to ask my wife. I think we might have got waved through one. I have to remember. My mind, I'm old. But it wasn't a problem. And people that say that I'm not coming back to Thailand because you can't travel, you can't do this, it's so tough to get in, and they just don't want to come. And by all means don't. But if you want to come and enjoy it, I don't think there's a better time. Again, check with the government what happens to you if you test positive, all this kind of stuff, which is like 3% chance of doing that. But like I said, if it was me, my wife, and my 8 kids, I probably wouldn't come. If it was just me and my wife, I would. Or if it was just me, absolute no-brainer. I'd be here, touring around Thailand. So the people that are saying that it's not and you can't and this is horrible, they don't want to come, obviously. And when it is free, then come. When it's wide open in your eyes. But in Brock's case, he's still got to deal with $2,000 extra flights because he has to. They don't fly out of where he is, so it's a different deal. I'm talking about people that haven't changed any of their flight stuff, nothing. They can get right in. Because if you were to come, if I was in the U.S. right now, I would have to get a Thailand pass. They would on May 1st today. They would have to approve or look at my my vaccination deal, and I would get on a plane and come to Thailand. So
And
I
insurance.
yeah, and insurance 10,000 though, not 20,
Right.
right, or something like that, which I
So
think is cheap.
I think it's still 20, Dave, and I think the current proposal
Is
is
for
to
10.
make it to 10. I don't know. Everybody's got to do their own research, but I mean, I don't know about you, but I've always traveled with travel insurance.
Right. Me too.
It's just for the most part, a decent policy for traveling that covers your cancellations and hardships and any health issues, generally speaking, for a 2-week trip for my wife and I has never run us more than $200.
Yeah, it's not much.
It's pretty easy.
I don't know
I don't
if
know
I
what they are
completely
now.
I don't know if I completely understand, Daniel, but it says your car insurance policy is voidable as well. I don't know what you mean by voidable. They can just disregard it, or what?
Like in America or Australia, if you don't have a driver's license, your vehicle insurance is null and void because you're not legally entitled to operate the vehicle.
That's a good point. Yeah,
But I have a driver's license.
but your wife doesn't.
Yeah.
I think is what he's kind of maybe.
Oh yeah,
But-
and we both have to go in. I'm going to tell her because I've been bugging her since I said I don't want to pay 500, 1,000 baht just because you want to drive. Most of the time, and we bought that deal so that she could drive it back and forth in the rain. And during some of the times, just getting from here to her building, there will be a stop. Not right now, but different times of the year. So I'm definitely we're going to both go. I'm going to have her take one day off. We'll both go and go through the whole thing and do everything to do what we got to do to get it and be done with it. And it's 2 of them, right? Right? One for a car and one for a scooter. You get 2 driver's license, I think.
Yeah, they don't have a combined license.
Right. Let's see.
I would need half a dozen licenses because I have a license to drive car, truck, bus, motorbike, grader.
See, they punch all those on our
Forklift.
California. They punch all those
Yeah.
on our California
But
license.
it's
They give
all
us
one license in
endorsements.
Australia.
Yeah, that's how it is in California. Need 2 types of security, one with wine. I must have missed something. Sorry, guys. I'm rambling again. If you're just talking amongst yourselves, that's fine with me. But if you want to ask me something, just put question. Whose birthday is it? What did I miss? See, happy birthday. Daniel saying was quoted for 62 days. Wife, kid, and me for 500,000. 6. I don't know where you're from, Daniel. Are you from the U.S.? Is that dollars, Australian dollars, UK pounds? 688 for 62 days for a travel insurance. I'm gathering. Is that correct?
That might be the COVID cover.
Yeah, that's pretty heavy. But yeah.
Yeah. It looks heavy for COVID. I'm thinking maybe
I
it's a
want to get rid of
travel.
it because
So the
well,
birthday
I'm gonna
was
be 70. It's
the
gonna
birthday
be
was Paul Zanderman's Aunt Thelma,
Oh, okay.
who is
Happy birthday, Aunt Thelma.
Aunt Thelma is she's up there. Where are we? Scrolling through.
99.
99, like left balloons.
Wow. U.S. dollar. Travel,
Oh, and happy
medical.
birthday to Richard's mum too.
Yeah.
Is
It's
it Richard's mom's
birthday?
I don't know, but anyway.
We'll just say hi to Richard's mom.
I would say hi to Richard. How you doing, brother?
Hi to Richard.
U.S. dollars, travel, medical with COVID. Okay, so it covers
Yeah.
it all. That sounds more like that's still not bad for you, your wife, and your kid. Was that what it was? I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, 62 days with wife, kid, and me. Yeah, I don't think that's horrible. But I want to say it's like what Jake was saying. If you're going to come here for, let's say, even a month, I'm gathering that insurance is going to be under 500 baht. I'm just guessing, $15. Uh, Especially if it's 10,000. I think it's going to be cheap.
Robert Mack says he got $100,000 worth of insurance through American Express for $64.
$64. No, that's cheap.
My
Got
travel
2 months.
insurance was covered in my Visa card due to
The
buying my
insurance,
ticket.
yeah, the insurance that I had before was that way. What it was when I first started when I went to Costa Rica, I was coming back every 3 months, and every time this was my full medical coverage, above and beyond Social Security or anything. But from the day that I left, I had 2 months. So I was 1 month without insurance when I was there. But for 2 months, anything that happened to me, I had to pay for, but they would reimburse 100%, and it would redo. So after 3 months, I would fly back to the U.S., then I would fly back to Costa Rica, and another 2 months. Same thing when I was in Thailand, and then once I decided to move here, I just canceled that insurance because after 2 months it was of no use to me. And now that I'm insured through my wife. So petrol's back in a bit. So Mitch is gonna go eat or something. Everybody's saying hello. 64. That's what Robert was saying. Okay, what is he saying about Vietnam? $64 for wife and myself covers Vietnam and Thailand. Okay. That's good. AA brokers. What was this one? I use AA Insurance Brokers Bangkok 1 year, including 450 USD. So I don't know. The insurance here is very, very reasonable. And like I said, I'm the first one to say, if you're going to come here and you're going to retire, and you're even if you're going to come here for 3 months to check it out or 6 months, get the insurance. Because like I said, I spent those 2 months in ICU and the 1 month in the private room, and it was 1 million baht. And I didn't have insurance. I was an idiot. And so by all means, for the $600, $500, $300, $1,000, whatever it's going to be for 6 months or a year or whatever you got to do, make sure you get it. It could come back to bite you big time. Because I could have took that money and bought another vehicle. I could have bought a Harley, for Christ's sake, and put it, and let it sit there. Anyway, get insurance.
Yeah.
Don't go without.
I'm going to win the
insurance.
lottery next Thursday, so I'll be self-insuring.
Question, Dave. How's the learning curve with it? I'm pretty much up to speed. There's a couple of little things in the sports mode, and that type of thing. But I'm telling you what, here in Thailand, I'm glad that I've got the top model, because the middle model didn't come with the rear view mirror, which I really like, camera. And it came with cruise control, but not the smart cruise control. And it's absolutely awesome, because when I'm cruising down the road, it shows my car on the dash, nothing in front of it. It shows the speed that I have, 100 kilometers there. And if a car comes up and they're doing, and it'll show a car, then it'll slow down and match that speed, let's say 80. As soon as I pull over, the car goes away because it's not in front of me anymore. It goes back up to 100 and down the road. That intelligent cruise control is a dream for me, especially here in Thailand. Same thing, if I'm driving down the road and someone pulls over in front, it will stop. I mean, it'll stop. It'll stop fast. And but all you got to do is either, of course, hit the brake or whatever, or just move over. And the more that I've driven the car, I've gotten in tune to how to drive it, especially here in Thailand. I really like the car, and 2 or 3 years, maybe I'll have Gary bring me a Tesla over here. So, and I still want to drive.
Gary's the MG guy.
Yeah, I wanna try the. I still want to drive that MG. They have one here in Surin, so and I still will. And when I do, I'll do a little video on it
And to
because I know
answer
that
his
there's
question, I'm not sure
a
if it
bunch of
will be
people.
the EV version or not, simply because of where my in-laws live. I don't know as though there's any charging
You need a
stations
long
out there.
extension cord, Jason.
Yeah,
What's that?
like about a 30-kilometer extension cord, Brock.
Well, I know the MG goes 450 kilometers.
I'm just saying out where I would store it, I don't think there's a way to charge it.
Yeah, but can't you just plug it in? Don't they sell you a charger that you can adapter? I think they
Man, let me
do.
tell you
I think
something.
it comes. Gary might know.
Where
Yeah,
my
but yeah,
father-in-law lives, it's like the sticks.
Yeah, but
It's
if he's got 220 power and you've got an adapter, all you got to do is plug it in.
Dave. I'm just not confident. I'm not confident in that.
That's the way
I'll be
that's the
honest
way I
with you.
felt. That's
I
the
mean,
way
I
I
might
felt.
plug it in and blow the whole village's power out. It's my.
yeah.
I don't want to be
Tim-
that guy and be that white guy. I mean, that would be the worst thing ever.
Yeah,
right?
would they crucify you?
White guy just destroyed all the freaking things
Yeah,
by
fried
plugging
the
his
pig.
car in.
Tim says he just bought AXA insurance for my long-term visa, 1,400 USD for 1 year. Was paying over 700 a month in the U.S. Yeah, it's very reasonable. The amounts that when people ask me, hey Jam, how you doing? What I think it's going to cost, all depends on your age and your existing conditions. Most of them will take you at up to 69. 70 seems to be the mark where they start
That's my
cringing.
problem.
Yeah, they start cringing. But once you get it in there, somewhere between 1,200 and $1,700 a year for very acceptable coverage here in Thailand.
So
But of course,
I'm like
check with them.
James. I
But
can
if
be I can be covered by my Humana TRICARE that we have. So
let's see, we're off to this
hey, all
morning.
right, Uncle Craig.
Are you still there? Speaking of the insurance, was your I want to work on my farm stuff? Was that covered? Your fingers? I'm curious if you have insurance and is it covered, and how much do you pay for insurance if you
Hold
do?
up
If you
one
don't
for
mind.
yes and two for no.
Yeah, if you don't, you might already be in the car. Hey, is JJ here? I didn't see JJ.
JJ's parked his car.
Oh, there he is. Just parked for the day. Hey, how you doing, JJ? Let's see. But yeah, I'd be interested in that, Uncle Craig. If you know, you probably know off the top of your head. Obviously, and like again, I can't say or express myself even more. Hire the neighbor to cut your stuff for 400 baht a day, and let him do all your cutting, all your very high ladder work, and
Yep.
and don't do it. Film it, and on YouTube, and you'll probably make enough money to pay the guy his 400 baht. Hey Raymond, you
I've
turned
only
your
got to pull out a
70 this
power
year.
tool in
I think
my
that's the
place
same
and
thing with.
have the neighbours
I think
take over.
Yeah, I think Brock's is the same. They're saying Raymond say he's going to turn 70 this year. Are you
Yeah.
going to turn 70 this year? Yeah. And I don't know. I've heard people getting it. It's just a little bit more costly, and I think you have to jump through a bunch more hoops. So, by all means, check into it. But I know that one Tim's got. What did he say it was?
Actually,
AXA?
AXA. I've
Yeah,
used them for some of my travel insurance before. It's good
Yeah,
stuff.
I would check with them and see what you could do. But definitely don't have anything, man. You got to have something. I was such an idiot, and the worst part about it is being the procrastinator that I am. I was supposed to get it 2 or 3 times, and okay, I'll do that. I'll do that tomorrow. I'll do that next week. I'll do that, and I had doed that right to 1,000,000 baht.
But hey, you'll never do it again.
No, I'm done. I'm insured.
Hey Dave,
My
I
neighbor cut my
don't
hair.
mean to be the party pooper or anything, but you said you were going to go like an hour because you had to get ready to
Yeah,
go.
or whatever it's going to go. No, because
Wait.
she wants to leave it. She wants to leave at 10. It's only 8:30 now.
Sorry,
So
I
I
was a
can go-
navigator. I'm a timekeeper by my.
Yeah, no. I
Research,
appreciate
so I
it.
just wanna
We can
keep
go
you on
another
time.
30 minutes. We still got 34 people watching, so
Cool.
why not? You know, that's a pretty good. But and this is a good
Well,
subject too
those
because
34 people, don't forget to click the thumbs up.
yeah, I appreciate that.
But
I
there's
don't know
only
much about
18,
all these
19.
algorithm things, but from what I understand, whenever you comment on anything, thumbs up anything or whatever, it makes it better.
It helps.
But like I said, I don't know how many. I can't keep up with 30. I think the most that we've had is like 45 or something. I can't keep up with that. So you know, if we get more subscribers, I don't know if I'll be able to keep up with it. And I don't want to. If I do it, I'm going to put it on that slow mode and take my
Right.
time. And I might do 3-4 hour live streams because I don't want to miss anybody.
I don't
But the
know how
main
people
reason
like
to-
Chuck do it when, you know,
I
they've
don't
got,
either.
500, 600 people in freaking chat.
You
Yeah, I
just pick
don't
up
know
one
either.
every now and again and talk to them.
Google, he sells insurance here in Thailand. Google, Mr. Okay. Very organized, have English speaking on the staff. And I think that's kind of important unless you're married to a Thai person, a Thai citizen.
I would still just rather be able to communicate that, to ask
It's
my
a lot
questions
easier,
myself.
even because they have to be extremely fluent. Because I would rather do it with an English myself because my wife, like I said, I get that deer in the headlight looks every once in a while, and I know.
That was
Yeah,
one of
she
the
has
things
to
I
understand.
suggested to my niece and one of her internships.
Yes, I will do it right now, Baldy. Baldy's been trying to get back on here. I didn't bust his stones, but I felt bad afterwards because his audio and stuff was so bad. So I had told him I'll come on. I had sent him an email because I felt bad after that live stream. I said I'll do it just me and you and only and anyway he's here. So let me put the invite up here, and he says he's got a bunch of new stuff. So I want to see it. Okay, let's see. That should
Speaking
be
of
it there.
drones, which we weren't, I saw a good idea on what's his name in Thailand for a drone was hobby a drone in front of a green screen, so you get shots from the back, the sides rotating, and then you can with your video editing software, when you're doing your drone flying, you can
Huh.
see your drone flying. I'm going to
That's
try that.
interesting. I didn't think about that. Yeah, that is interesting. Money talks and time. But like I said,
Of
I think the
course.
last thing that we were really talking about was that age limit. So, and I think Ron, I think you're close too. Are you, or are you over? I keep remember. I can't remember. I know that you're older, but are you
Yeah,
over
he's
70?
70 as well.
I think he might be over 70, and the reason I'm saying that is, what insurances are you using? Did you find somebody if you're over 70? What's Robert talking to ET? I think ET thinks I plan on renewing. I don't want any problems. Since I guess in respect to all. Oh, I missed it. Here's Baldy. Let's bring him in. He's spinning. Hey, Baldy, can you hear us?
He's
Over. Do you have insurance, Ron? Let me know.
Baldy's using that
Okay.
AOL dial-up.
Ah, there he is.
Hello, hello, hello.
The sound
Can you all
is
hear me?
okay, but you're a little I don't know, is it choppy or just slow?
Just a little low.
Yeah, but the sound is good.
Morning,
And,
morning, Baldy.
I'll tell you what, Dave. I'm gonna duck out. Maybe it's the bandwidth on the.
It could be.
It
could be.
the StreamYard, and maybe
Okay,
that'll
go
help
ahead.
Brian out. So
All
I'm
right.
out. Have a good
All
night.
right.
Peace.
See ya.
And
Try now.
So,
Talk.
how are we doing now? Is that any better?
It's Mitch had the same problem too. I wonder if Mitch is around. It's you're not matching your mouth to the sound. You're a little bit
So there's a lag. There
Yeah,
is a
lag, yeah.
lag.
but the sound is
okay.
good. The sound isn't hissy. The sound is good. So and the
Okay.
video's good. So I don't know why. I know Mitch did something. Mitch, are you still around? Maybe if we get Mitch to, he might have a secret fix because his was that way, and he did. I don't know what you're in Bangkok, right?
Yes, in Bangkok.
And what's your internet like there?
My internet's good. So, not sure what the lag will be. Maybe it's my actual computer.
Let me see, because the sound and everything is on. It's good. Let me see if I've got my settings. Audio, automatic. No, all I've got is echo that I can cancel. So I don't know, but he might know. But otherwise, the video is awesome and the sound is good. I got no. I think it's
So I
good.
just need to fix the lag.
Yeah, it says Ron's saying have to turn off your YouTube when you are on the stream. So do you have
Okay.
YouTube open? Try
Yeah,
that.
I'll do that now. I'll turn it off. Okay, I've deleted the link for YouTube, so that's no longer on.
Seems
It
like
might
it's
take a
all.
few seconds to sync.
Yeah, might.
Yeah, I can see it. I can see it in myself. There's a second or two, isn't there? Before.
Yeah, and it's exactly like what had happened to Mitch months and months ago, and I don't know what he
Okay.
did. I don't know what he did, but
Okay,
maybe
well,
he will.
I'll speak to Mitch about that in private conversation or something.
Cool.
So,
But otherwise, you're on the video is good and the sound is good. I don't know, looks good to
good.
me.
Yeah, I've just got a lag.
How you doing,
Okay.
by the way? Since we got you on
Great.
here, you got
Yes,
any
I'm great.
adventures?
I'm great.
You got
Yes, yes. Couple of ventures over the last couple of weeks. Not too far. Chatham and Ratchaburi provinces. Couple of mountain climbs, adventure trails. So it's
Hey,
all been good. But yes, been getting a lot of exercise in lately. So all that's good. How are you guys?
I'm doing good. Sorry, my wife just brought in some Isan sausage,
Oh, nice.
Did
You have
fried
did you bring
mush-
enough for everybody?
fried mushrooms, which are awesome. Pork on a necklace,
Oh yeah. Sun-dried pork.
and purple sticky rice. So I'm in
Purple, the
heaven.
best. The
I'm
best
set,
type of
yeah.
sticky rice.
That's my favorite. She said it's the best for me to eat. I shouldn't be eating any of it, but it's what I like. She went this morning, so now that she's back, even though there's in there, let's see, what do I have? I think it's been an hour, a little over. I think I'm going to end it, guys. I think I'm going to head because maybe she's going to want to leave a little bit early for Ubon. We're going to Ubon. I don't know if you were watching. We went there 2 weeks ago, and she got we looked at some land that she has that we might possibly build on. This is for Baldy, who I'm talking to. And we put up how do you say it? SETI? The where you put the
Chetty.
ashes. What is it? Shetty? Chetty.
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 Oh, cheddar,
Okay.
cheddar,
Yeah.
cheddar or cheddar.
Yeah,
Yes.
she had a little small one, and she wanted to buy a big, fancy, mirror-covered, reflective, 6 foot, 8 foot tall one. So we went and picked one out, and then her uncle built 2 steps for it, tiled it, set it on there. It's all done now, so we're gonna go out and check it out. Plus, I want to put the drone up over the land. It has a 3/4 rye pond on it and stuff, so I can get an idea from above what it looks like. And then we bought a new
Sounds
car,
lovely.
so yeah, we bought a new car, so we're checking. I've been checking that out. We got the Nissan Kicks, the hybrid, and I really like it. It's awesome. So we'll check that out. So that's my story for the day. But anyway, I think what I'm going to do is let everybody go. I don't think I'm going to do anything after. If you get another chance to talk to Mitch, and when I talk to him, Baldy, I will ask him what happened, what did he do to fix that lag? Because he had the exact same thing, exact
Okay.
same lag.
Yeah,
So-
that'll be great. So only one
But
thing to fix now then.
Yeah, it looks great, man. And if you guys aren't subscribed to Baldy's channel, by all means, I'm sure that somebody will put it up before we go out of
Think-
here. And
I think Gator put it up not too long ago, so it's
Yeah, if
it's
somebody
been in
wants
there.
to put it up, again, I'd appreciate it. I know Baldy would. Not that I have 5 billion subscribers, but I got good ones. So you, they'll
That's
subscribe.
always good. It's good to have good subscribers.
Yes, it is. All right, guys. Thanks again. I will see you on Tuesday, right? Tuesday, same bat channel, same bat station, and I'll catch you guys on the next one.
Thanks for